Tēnā koutou katoa. No mai haere mai ki tēnei whare matihiko mō te rā tuatahi o Dockage Schools. Welcome to our new digital home here for the very first day of Dockage Schools 2020. We would especially like to thank the Ray Foundation for making the Dockage Schools program possible, and the Wallace Foundation for providing the cash prizes for the student short documentary competition. All of the finalists are winners, which is great news. So there's a first, second, and third place in secondary category and in tertiary category. So you're all in good company. All of these filmmakers are very accomplished young student filmmakers, and what we're hoping to do is foster the ability for the students to progress, particularly through the Dockage ecosystem, to go through pitch and forum and industry events, so they can develop their skills from a young age and get to the highest professional level after they leave high school and after they graduate university. So thanks to all of the team here at Dockage as well, who have been working tirelessly in the background. COVID really threw us a big curveball from going from theatres to online, and now we're online. It's great to have Alicia Adar here next to me. She's the school's coordinator and has been making things tick over in the background while we've been working hard. So today we're extremely excited to be showing 6 short documentaries from students in the following categories. So the first category is the secondary schools category. We have the films Miri Miri by Sedona Milic, Rare Penguin by Igor Balak, Wellington High School Underwater Hockey by Sky Goby, and in the tertiary category we'll be showing Becoming Masina by Veronica Maitre, Hurting to Heal by Kate Gordon, and Out There by Samil Anyos. Congratulations everyone for being finalists. Really well done.
Woo.
So all of these filmmakers are finalists from some very strong submissions this year, and will be receiving cash prizes thanks to the generosity of the Wallace Foundation. So we're very grateful to the Wallace Foundation for providing this putia. Please make sure you come back after the screening for the awards presentation, where we'll get the winners up to talk a little bit about their film, talk about their inspiration, talk about their challenges, and to acknowledge them as the first place winners. So to do this together, we should all push play together. Now we've got Sarah. Sarah, have you sorted out your login issue? I need your email if you haven't. Yeah. Let me just do that right now. We are almost ready to push play. But Alicia, tell me what you think about some of these films that are in our program.
Well, I felt like watching all of the submissions, it's really interesting to see what's on people's hearts, like what are the issues that people and students are thinking about at the time of making their films that has made them feel that urge, like I need to tell the story, like we need to talk about this as a society. So that's one thing that I found really interesting about all of the submissions, is I was like, that's not even necessarily on my peripheral, it's not on my radar. So I really love that, and also the creativity of what everyone has put into it is really fun. Like, when you see like a really nice shot and you're like, oh, lots of those moments to be like, whoa. Yeah, so I really loved that about watching all of the submissions. Yeah.
Cool. And both you and I are filmmakers as well. So what are some of the technical things or the aesthetic things that you what's some advice that you would give to young filmmakers?
I get asked this a lot actually, and I'm not too sure about technical advice, but I think that one of the most important things is to have your why on lock. Like if you have your why and you know it clearly, then the other decisions that you make should be easier. And if the subjects or the people in it who are sharing their stories, if they mean a lot to you, and if you're if they're a part of your why, it all just you can tell. Um, so I guess that is my number one advice for student filmmakers is that you need to have a very, very strong why you're doing it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would add to that, the heart of the story is really the most important thing. While we strongly value beautiful pictures and nice camera movement and quality sound, the story is always at the heart of it. If you're actually trying to show something about the human condition, that's really what we're looking for at Doc Edge. I mean, there's room for fun, frivolous documentaries. We've got a few of those in the festival too, but yeah. Okay, so some bad news for the people outside of New Zealand. I didn't realize that there were people outside of New Zealand. For the intellectual property rights of the filmmakers throughout the festival, we've had a generic New Zealand only screening. But if you as filmmakers have the files to share with your supporters, you can do that. So apologies to anybody who's not in New Zealand. I see you, Nicole. I see you, Samil. We're sorry about that. Sorry, we've just haven't had
Yeah.
the ability to sort that out. However, do come back for the presentation afterwards. Keep this tab open. I'm going to put the link to the actual film in the chat room now. So if you haven't already gone there and you're in New Zealand and you want to watch, click that. And then when I count to three, we'll all push the play now button together, and then we'll come back at the time. Listen out, keep this tab open, and listen out for me to say when the credits are rolling. Cool, come back into the webinar jam room. So even if you haven't been able to see the film, we'll still be able to see each other for the awards presentation. We'll get the winners up on stage here as well. Okay. Any more last questions or tech problems or anything like that? Sarah, I've invited you. Sarah, are you okay to watch, or are you outside of New Zealand?
Sarah's in New Zealand. I
Okay,
can
cool.
call you Sarah if you need me
All right, cool.
to.
Okay, well, if everyone can click that link, if you're in New Zealand, and I'll call it in. Hold on, maybe there's a last little thing I've got to say here. I've got to say, just really good luck, go well. Thank you to all of the filmmakers for making such great work. Hover your cursor over the play now, and 3, 2, 1, play now. So thrilled and thankful to all of the filmmakers for helping us put together such a wonderful program. Hey Veronica, welcome back. Hey Sky, awesome. So we're going to give people a couple of minutes just to come back in, just in case they missed the start or were late to push play. All right, Jasmine, there you are. Cool. Excellent. I'm glad you enjoyed the shorts. So did we. We've seen them about 10 times each, maybe more. Great. So we will get to the presentation of the awards in just a second. But for the first place winners, when you hear your name, when we announce it, there's a little icon down the left-hand side with a little that side with a little hand icon like that, which says speak. So yeah, some nice messages coming in from people who watch the films. Yes, let's take a couple of minutes now. If you like the films, just give our young filmmakers some good props there for making some great little shorts. So yes, if we come back, we're going to announce the first place winners in a second. So if you're a first place winner and you hear your name, I want you just to push the speak button, which is this little hand icon down the bottom to the side of the chat room. Can all of the filmmakers say yes if you see the speak button down the side of the chat room? Okay, so Sky and Sedona and Kate, yeah, we're all good. Yeah, you can see that little speak icon. Okay, so it is my great pleasure to announce the winners in this category. Really, you're all winners because we have uh, three, three, three placings. I'll start with the secondary category. So, absolutely love the underwater photography from Sky Goby. The rare penguin, again, some amazing visuals. But the winner is Sedona Milic for Midi Midi.
Yes.
Sedona, if you can press that little speak icon down the left-hand side, that will basically trigger us to bring you into the room. There's a little lag. There's a little bit of a delay. Maybe
Yep.
Alicia, you can
I've
walk us
just
through that.
accepted her request.
Cool.
Congrats, Sedona. Well, Sedona's not. Yeah. Sedona will be joining us on screen very shortly.
Yeah, we've had a couple of uh, great learning experiences. Let's put it that way, since using the tech, and it takes about 30 seconds to transfer from the chat room into onto screen. So we're all thrilled for Sedona. And one thing that really got to the heart of it was just acknowledging that there's pain, intergenerational pain, to be resolved on all levels. And I think that's something to reinforce about at least within the Doc Edge Schools short documentary competition, is that we're looking for issues-based documentaries which speak to the human condition and also present something to a wider audience that they might not have previously considered from their own point of view. Um, let's and you know there are all sorts of technical uh, elements that we judge on. So let me just pull up what we actually judge on, because this you probably have um, your own. Hey,
Hi.
Sedona, congratulations!
Thank
Congrats.
you.
That's
Oh my god, that's crazy. A little bit nervous. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous.
all right. Yeah, I know
All
what it's
good.
like to be. First of all, let me just run through some of the criteria on what we judge on, so people get an idea. Oh, where are we? Project. Um, so we have originality and creativity. We have direction, cinematography, production value, pacing, structure, sound and music, and story. And so all I'm not going to break down every element of what how you score, but uh, I want Sky and Igor to know that everybody had different strengths and different weaknesses, and so overall, that's how we came to our conclusion. So, just big congratulations to everybody, and you've all done really well in different areas of filmmaking. But Sedona, let's have a round of applause for you.
So good. Yes.
got some team there.
Yes, I've got everyone important in my life here.
Excellent. So
Awesome.
tell us a little bit about what inspired you to make the film, and what were the challenges, who you wanted to reach. Just tell us a bit about your process and everything.
Oh man. So what inspired me to make this documentary was my nan's stroke. So that was a huge event that affected our whole family in 2010. We weren't sure if she was going to recover. She was told that she was never going to function her right side again. So we were quite devastated when we heard the news. But Mum, she was on a journey to learning more about Māori culture and more about Māori traditional healing, so many. And she felt that this was an opportunity to use her learnings and give life to my nan like my nan did to my mum. So yeah, I really wanted to create this documentary, not only to, well, sorry, let me rephrase this.
Right.
One of the biggest things of me wanting to become a filmmaker is to educate people and tell stories of what Māori culture, what we do. So Māori traditional healing is a huge part of our culture. However, there is a time where it was lost, and yeah, so a lot of people do not know about Mirimiri, and that's a shame. So I would like to sort of educate those, and especially to my family, as they don't really know what my mum does. So I think this was a good way of showing them what my mum does, and plus telling them what my nan went through. Because so we can keep it and pass it down to the family and whatnot. So yeah.
Cool. And what were some of the struggles that you had with actually getting your shots, and maybe even the editing process? What, as a young filmmaker, some things that really struck you as difficult, or that threw you for a loop?
Well, there was a time where I had to edit on my iPad. That was awful. It continuously started. It crashed all the time, and I pretty much just gave up. But then my mum motivated me, and like, just do it, do what you can, and then yeah. But that was the biggest issue, was just what I had in front of me. Like, I didn't have a computer, so iPad edit. It was a mess. But another issue we had was the filming of Tane Mahuta and Waipara Forest. So we aren't allowed drones in there. And so when I put my drone up and bring it down, we did get in trouble. But we know the chairman of Te Roro, so Waipara Forest, and so that was fine. We got away with that, so that was pretty good. But yeah, it's probably that's probably the only two issues we had.
Cool. And what advice would you have for young filmmakers?
I would say tell the stories that you're passionate about. It's very important that you. I think a lot of our generation, we're very passionate about things. There's the LGBTQ. There's a lot of issues that I think our generation, we're more vocal about it. So I think through film, I think it's a brilliant way of showing that and so yeah, pretty much.
Fantastic. Alicia, have you got any questions or any thoughts?
No, I mean, I probably had the same questions as you, Matt, to be honest. But I really enjoy the film, and I feel, as someone who's older than you, is actually very inspired by you and your passion and your goals. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing what you shared.
Fantastic. Well, Sedona, you win $1,000, and and Igor wins $300, and Sky wins $200. So we'll have those in your bank account. I talked to the director. I think we're pretty busy with the festival right now. I tried to have the money in the account today, but lots of stuff going on. But we should hopefully have that in for you in the next week or two. But thank you once again. Congratulations once again.
Thank you, Sedona.
Great. Okay. Well, congratulations, Sedona. So we are moving on to the tertiary category. There's a lot to say about these films. I'm sure everyone had some emotional moments watching those documentaries, and some really beautiful cinematography as well. Special shout out to the astrophotography in out there, because that's hard. That's not just like pointing the camera at the sky. There's some very special settings that you've got to use on a camera to make that, as well as do a time lapse. So big shout out there to Samil. Becoming Messina, so inspirational. And Hurting to Heal. I'm sure we all were touched and moved by that, and very brave. Not only brave filmmaking, but brave of the subject to reveal quite a sensitive part of her life there, but in the interests of helping people who might experience that and need support with that. So can we have Kate Gordon up on the stage, please? Kate, if you can press your speak button. You are the first place winner of the tertiary category of the tertiary student short documentary competition. Congratulations.
Congrats, Kate.
Oh, we've got the little speak icon there, so she'll be about 30 seconds through. Yeah, no, I was blown away. Like, it's such a difficult thing to deliver when you're dealing with such a sensitive subject, to not over sensationalize anything, to treat the subject's story with respect, and to do that in a visual way, as well as telling a very raw story. Hey, Kate.
Hi.
Welcome.
Kate.
Congratulations. First
Oh,
place.
thank you so much.
Well
Yeah,
done.
and I just want to say thank you to the amazing crew that I had. I know filmmaking is such a big collaborative effort, and definitely to the editor, Tim. We had the Kaylin on audio, Bradley Coleman on camera. And special thank you to Sarah, who was, the most brave person I know, and just amazing. Yeah, she's just an amazing person. And to my tutor, Sasha, and to South Seas. Yeah, just lots of thanks.
Awesome, yes, and we'd like to acknowledge Sarah as well for having the courage and bravery to allow us to share your story here in this position, and hopefully this will allow your story to reach more people, and the film has continued success as well. So yeah, tell us a little bit about it, Kate. What were the struggles, and what was the inspiration and everything?
So the inspiration is that in my past, I've struggled with mental illness and a lot of issues with that. And when I pitched about that, Sarah came and shared her story, which included her, past with sexual abuse. And I was just really grateful to her for feeling comfortable enough to share that with me. And just being able to make such a film like this with such an important message behind it, that it was her story, and it was just so powerful, and that other people might relate to that, and may have had similar experiences in the past, and them just being able to see somebody else on the screen, maybe of the same race as them, that have gone through something as hard as what Sarah had. So yeah, I'm really grateful to Sarah. And one of the challenges during filmmaking was always making sure that she was comfortable in sharing her story, but it was mostly due to her bravery. And yeah, she's just such an awesome person. And during filming, so we had 5 days of just filming, and I had an incredible camera operator, Bradley Coleman, who he was really amazing. And we had Kaylin, who did an amazing job on audio, and then we had 2 weeks to edit it just in the editing suite. And so I had an amazing editor as well, with Tim Carter on editing. Yeah, and so being able to have those people and those talent helping create something like Hurting to Heal was amazing.
Fantastic. That's a pretty comprehensive acknowledgement of your people, and I think that's something to be understood as well, is that while we've got you up here, is that filmmaking is really a collaborative effort. So I hope with everyone's prize money, you can take your crew out for a drink or something to eat, or go have a moment together with the money. And Alicia, have you got any questions or thoughts about Kate's movie?
Well, I guess it'd be good to know what your advice because there's current South Seas students watching. What would your advice be to them?
My advice would be to just follow something you're passionate about. And because the story is such an important part of filmmaking, you can have the best shots, but and they really help it as long as the story is amazing. So find your amazing, brave person like Sarah. Find the people that resonate with you. That by, I guess, bringing the story to the screen, that it would also help the audience maybe understand something more or have that experience. So I guess it's just having that passion and that real drive behind it, because if you're bored by the subject, the audience is definitely gonna, be bored too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool. Okay, so just to reiterate, is that Samil has $200, Veronica has $300. Kate, you get the grand. So congratulations, all of the filmmakers. Very, very proud of you all. So
Yeah.
impressed by the quality this year, and encourage your teachers, encourage your students to submit. Start working on them now to submit in time for January for next year, and we'll come back and do it all again. I suppose I should put it out to. Are there any questions from the audience? We'll keep it short. We'll keep it about another five or 10. Is there? And Kate, if we can just allow you to go back to your seat,
Yeah.
Thank
then
you.
we can direct the questions in the right way. So yes, congratulations to all the filmmakers. You've all done an amazing job, and I just want to reiterate that strengths in different areas, but there's a few components that go into the judging process as well. Any thoughts or comments from the audience? I can see there's lots.
Maybe I can ask you a question, Matt.
Sure. Yep.
Is there anything out of the films that we just watched, anything that you feel like will stick with you? Like any shots where you're like, I'm not going to forget that.
For me, I'm a big lover of out of space, and I saw Cosmos when I was a kid, with Carl Sagan, and when Neil deGrasse Tyson remade Cosmos, it's my I've always had a love of outer space, and I remember as a young filmmaker trying to capture the night sky and capture that beautiful moon, and you come back and go, "What? That's not how it looked." So yeah, all of those astrophotography shots are impeccable, and the time lapse. So yeah, those shots really stay with me. But yes, I also want to give special mention to Sky for the underwater photography, especially in an action environment. That's a strong piece of advice I'd give to young filmmakers: is don't just have talking heads and then a little bit of action. You want to follow your subject on the story, so you're literally following the story, and you get action as well as static shots. Yeah.
Nice. I think for me, I love Becoming Messina. I have very strong emotional response to it every time I watch it. And like that one part where there's the confetti and
Yeah.
Lucy's just like so happy and like, oh, I'll never forget it, Veronica. I'll never forget that.
Beautiful. And we'd like to encourage people to view these on the main site as well. So the caliber's been so high this year that Hurting to Heal and Becoming Messina are part of the main festival as well. And we've selected Becoming Messina for the special education needs program, which is called Relax Shorts. So if you know any teachers who would like their special education needs students to watch this film, we'll be having a replay over the next 3 weeks. Cool. Alicia, have we got any more questions or anything?
There's a question from Ben, CLA tutor at South Seas, who wants to know what the secondary students are up to now, and do they want to come to South Seas? So,
Well,
yeah, if you're a secondary student and you want to become a filmmaker,
And I can highly recommend Sasha and Kate as great teachers, because consistently over the last couple of years, the standard has been super high. So if you've made a good short as a secondary student, go to South Seas. They'll build your skills, they'll build your knowledge, they'll build your experience. Not to say that other places won't, but South Seas tops. Hey, Alicia, where did you go to school?
I went to South Seas.
Right. Okay, well let's wrap it up there. And if anybody has any questions or follow up, you can give me a call. But congratulations, all the winners, and we'll sort you out with your prizes. And really love that everyone turned up. So congratulations again, everybody.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
And like our Facebook page, Doc Edge Schools.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Bye,
See you
everyone.
guys. Bye.